Hey everybody, welcome back to Black Thumb, and I just want to let you know my hands are dirty, my face is dirty, my sweatshirt is dirty, I got a stain here, I got things flying all over the place, I got buzzing noise from my lights, but guess what I have? And hopefully you do too. If you're following me on Black Thumb, I have no idea what I'm doing, but for some odd reason, I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at this. Are you excited about this? Well, I'm excited. Let me tell you. These are Blue Beauty tomato plants. 74. Huh? How did I get 74? Just hang on a second. Let me put these back down. Let me tell you something. This is about starting your seeds and making mistakes. And it was really hard for me. As you can see, these are beautiful. The soil's good, the plants are growing. Aren't they just wonderful? Now I'm going to show you what happens when you do it wrong. Huh? What do you mean do it wrong? Well, first of all, 72 can fit on here, but I always leave one blank because I water through this hole. But somehow some seeds fell out of my hand, and I got doubles. And I got 100% germination. Never gotten that before. But what happens if you make a mistake? So this is where it goes wonderfully, absolutely gorgeous. So let me put them back in their appropriate place. Now, I want to show you when it goes wrong. This was really hard to do. To create a situation where it'll go wrong. But see these plastic covers? When you start seeds, this is a short one. I also have really high ones. And I like the high ones. If you keep these on too long, this is what happens. And I want you to know. You need a heat mat. You need it warm. You need the light. The heat from the bottom warms it all up, gets it all nice and moist and ready to go 2, 3, 4 days later. But what are you going to do when you're doing Carolina Reapers? It can take 4 weeks to germinate. You cannot leave that plastic lid on, because if you do, this is what happens. Can you see? I don't think you can see. Let's get that. Doesn't look it. I'm going to try this one. This is not turning out the way I wanted it to turn out. So, I want to show you the green. Can you see? Ah, there you go. This was very hard to do. So, see all the green? Here's a starter tray. I just started this. Nice and ready to go. That's 4 days in. Nothing popped up yet. Here are a starter tray. See all the green? I left the lid on. But you still get plants. Look. There's a plant there. There's another one there. There's 3 more there. There's another one there. They grow. And then look at this one. See how bad this is? Boy, this was hard to do. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it. But look. Plants. The plants are popping up. The plants are popping up. This one here and this one here, as you can see, has fungus on it. And this is another pot. This is showing you how easy. Sometimes you just overthink it. I just threw a whole bunch of seeds in there, put some dirt on top, and left it. And look at that. They're all germinating. So let's get around back to the show. No idea what I'm doing. I'm just walking around and you guys are listening to a bunch of buzzing and fan noise. Would you like some buzzing and fan noise going on? Because I got fans and lights and buzzing. So, when you're starting your plants, a lot of people overthink this. You saw the tray of beautiful, absolutely gorgeous tomato plants that are 5-6 days away from replanting. Now, I'm doing something crazy this year. I'm going to replant into a 6-inch pot instead of a 4-inch pot. And as soon as I can figure it out, I'm going to make my own pots and sell them. I believe in grow bags, but not the big grow bags. And I'll get into that in a second. So, back to your plants. So if you've done this, it's March, and you're going, where I live, nothing's going outside until the 15th of May. And that's being optimistic. Other places probably already moving stuff outside. You're not going to get another frost, or maybe another week or so to go. But for me, there is no way. No, It could be -20 and snowing tomorrow. And I'm not kidding about that. That's assuming that I'm posting this in late March, early April. Hell, we can get a big snowstorm in May. May long weekend happens 40% of the time. Snow is like 1.5 feet. It's just crazy. Anyways, because we're very close to the mountains. But when you're in a growing zone 4B, 5A, you have to deal with these problems. So I start them indoors. And I'm a little crazy about it. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being crazy about your plants. There's a great thing about plants, and I really want to stress this. You can be crazy like me, or you can be very simple and just start a couple. Just a couple. So, if you're going to just start a couple, what couple should you start? Well, tomato plants. Let's talk about tomato plants. Tomato plants take about 7 to 8 days to germinate. So they're going to pop out of the ground at about that 7 to 8 mark. Some of them will pop out at the 4-day mark. But by 8 days, pretty much all of them will pop out. Those tomatoes I showed you, every one of them are out of there by the 8th day. Wonderful. You know how good you're doing. Pepper plants. Pepper plants can take 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Sometimes longer. And then they pop out. And I've just I've been frustrated wanting to throw away my Carolina Reapers and my Ghost Peppers. And I don't. You know why? Because they always sprout. If I give them the right conditions. Warming tray. Don't keep the cover on too long. Don't let the fungus grow. And you get wonderful plants. And as you can see, it doesn't show up very good. Well, anyways, Reaper. Okay? So, don't get frustrated. Don't stop. Don't change what you're doing. Label your rows, because I often forget what I've put where. It's important to know. Also, make sure you got your dirt. Starter mix. I kind of make my own. I kind of want to be cost savings because I start so many plants. And enjoy it. Have your light. You don't have to have lots of lights, but you do need lights, and you need to make sure it works correctly. So I hope this helps you all out on how to not start your seeds. You want your seeds like this one, where the ground is, the right color. You don't have all that green fungus on it, because if you get green fungus, then you get fungus gnats, and you get all other kinds of things, and you don't want all that. So thank you for tuning in. If you got your things, you're ready to transplant. Remember, a 4-inch pot. This is a 4-inch pot. A 6-inch pot, which when you go to order it, you're not thinking it's too much bigger, but an actual 6-inch pot is 2.5 times this size. Volume. Okay? So just remember that. Another thing you got to remember, because you're going to start transplanting soon. Think about this. You don't want your roots to wrap around and stuff. That's a whole other video. I got to tell you, it can be detrimental to your pepper plants. Very detrimental. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful week, and I hope your plants are starting as well as mine. And if you want to be really crazy, start some marigolds or lavender or something like that, because they will spread out and be fully grown before you even know about it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the future.